Hey guys, welcome to the Coach's Corner today. Today we're going to be discussing purposeful training. You may have heard the term functional training. It's a way to exercise in a way that is going to help you in everyday life or other activities that you do. Say you play a sport or you have a young child and you have to move them around a lot. We're going to talk about exercises that you can do that will help you just get through life in an easier way. Okay? And we're going to look at all the fundamental movement patterns that our body goes into, and also talk about the 3 planes of motion for each movement pattern that we discuss. So check it out. All right, guys, so the first movement we're going to look at is the squat pattern. So as mentioned before, we have 3 different planes of motion that our bodies move in. So we're going to start first with a sagittal plane. Andrea is going to do what we call a goblet squat with a kettlebell. So she'll go ahead and get started, picking it up from the ground first. And now this is the starting position. She's going to keep her elbows in tight. She's going to keep a nice straight line, head to toe there. We're going to squat down nice and deep. Elbows inside the knee, push through the heels and up. We'll do that one more time. And drive up, good. We'll go right to the side here. Good, one more time. Perfect. So you can see there, she stayed nice and tall. Okay, we avoided any forward flexion here of the spine, right? We stayed tall. And again, sagittal plane movement, where we're cutting our body down right in the middle here between left and right side. Next here, we're going to have Andrea do a lateral squat. So moving in the frontal plane. So cutting your body here, right down the middle, front and back side. So 2 reps here, sitting back, again driving through the heel. One recommendation here, you want to make sure you keep the heel down on the glider so you don't lose the movement. Perfect. All right, nice. Yep, we'll go right to the side there. Good. Nice, so our squat in the frontal plane. The nice thing about this exercise here too, guys, is we're getting a nice stretch in the adductors, right, the inner thigh, as we're strengthening those muscles as well. So moving on from there, we have our medicine ball wood chop, and we're going to move in a diagonal pattern, so causing some rotation to happen, which is the 3rd plane of motion, the transverse plane. Okay? So we'll go down and then rotate up, pivoting, good. Nice. Great, good rotation through there. And we'll do it from the other angle. Good. Perfect. Nice work. So you can see how these are pretty functional, purposeful training here, right? So looking at the first exercise we did, that could be like grabbing your small child from the floor, right? That goblet squat where you're getting down low to help pick them up versus bending forward and rounding the back, right? That can put a lot of stress on your spine. And then from there, moving on to the lateral movements, in everyday life, we tend to be moving forward, right? So it's good to incorporate some lateral movement in there. Also, if you happen to play any sports, right? There's times we're moving laterally if you're playing basketball, guarding somebody shuffling, or hockey, you name it, all kinds of different lateral movements, tennis, as another example. And then the 3rd, the wood chop diagonal pattern, all the time, right? We may be picking something up from the floor and then lifting it and putting it up on the shelf for sort of daily activities. This can also translate, of course, into sports as well. So say you play basketball, right? It's that same movement of rotation, maybe going up for a layup in basketball. But could talk about that for a long time. But those are, again, just a few different exercises you can do to work in a more purposeful way. So have fun with it.